Hermit Gibraltar, she southwards in Buddha. All around her were the groans and bubble of hundreds of other refugees. They were jammed together under tents in a scrap beat shanties they too could bear. The Viet Cong snapping just blocks away. Tonight, more mortars and rockets will crash down. Saigon, more civilians will die, more houses will burn, more refugees will seek emergency shelter. The communists that said they will try to destroy the city. Now Bay leaves it all to Buddha now. She did have one question after she finished her prayers. For a curious American, why don't you drop the atomic bomb in Hawaii? She had heard the Americans were here to win the war, but she does not understand the limited warfare they are practicing. If Americans are so powerful, asking out like, why doesn't it not go ahead and win the war? Other refugees, some with contempt, some with bitterness, ask the same question. They feel America has made the war worse. End the war. These people say, why should the war be limited to Britain, Saigon, and Hanoi? Why not invade the North Vietnam? Why are the limitations on one side of the war? Why North Vietnamese sent sacred to the Americans? What kind of war dies American wage? It's American weak, stupid and afraid they did the American trying to interview Naba. The presidential primary spectacle Eugene McCarthy and Robert F. Kennedy opened 3 months ago in Wisconsin received their climax today in California. When the vote is in, only one will still be a White House contender. Late polls gave Senator Kennedy the edge in the contest for 172 to California's 174 Democratic National Convention delegates, but Senator McCarthy was keen in that the campaigns ended yesterday, and even the polls here were cautious that they needed about flat predictions. Vice President everyday Chumpy
Fund your online graduate or undergraduate program today and see yourself succeed at
late started among the 3 Democratic candidates was Don on the California Democratic ballot, and Governor Ronald Reagan, Post favorite son candidate, will go to the 86 GOP convention votes. Senator Kennedy and McCarthy will also clutch today in the South Dakota primary, where 26 delegate votes are at stake. Both have concentrated their efforts to swear, but partisans have uncorked hard.
robotics to lower costs and improve productivity. Whatever your business's financial needs may be.
Glassboro, New Jersey. President Johnson returned to the start of his 96th meeting with Russian Premier Alex Sakharov made a new bid to the Soviet Union today to travel partway together toward bringing a peace in Vietnam and the world. In an address to the graduating class of Glassboro State College, the president acknowledged that the talks in Paris thus far have made little progress because the North Vietnamese have responded to U.S. proposals only with propaganda. Paris. U.S. diplomats waited today to see if Hanoi's new Vietnam negotiators has a line of tough as bark. They may find out tomorrow when the next U.S. North Vietnamese preliminary peace talk session is scheduled. Let Pho, the personal envoy of President Ho Chi Minh of North Vietnam, arrived yesterday and publicly took a hard line. He said there could be real peace talks to the aim of the current funded sessions of the United States unconditionally halt bombing in North Vietnam and other acts of war. U.S. diplomats led by Ambassador Lodge to be overheard received comment. They want to see if the man from Hanoi might pull something new from the sleeve of the high-neck military. Time tomorrow, the two were consulted and to fight another Hanoi delegates.
Formally registered for the U.S. Senate race, he realized it was time to cut his losses.
New York sell-off chipped away some of the best gains of the day, but the stock market managed to hold on to the most of the events of heavy trading. It proved changes of a tax cycle along with the fiscal restraint by the Trump administration were the chief reason for the rally, brokers said. They added that today the small investor is now buying stocks and overlooking the scourging news. Stocks were regular and Crystal and Ford were had following the reports of a rise in late May auto sales. And the return report indicates that the industry average closed up to 915.85 up 1047 for the day. But Florida, Hurricane Abby has moved merely a short today and swiftly generated a squall that farmers called a blast into their citrus growers. As Abby quickly dropped from a minimal hurricane to a minimal tropical storm, the 34-foot slopes celerity mass and in the storm since Sunday sailed safely into Flamingo, Florida with 4 persons aboard, but the storm had claimed one life of hurricanes and another man was still missing at sea. Abby's winds reached only 40 miles per hour. The National Hurricane Center at Miami said the life diffused widespread center would be reached Atlantic somewhere around Cape Kennedy late tonight. It looks like Abby has had her day in court, said Chief Forecaster Dr. R.H. Simpson.
An unwanted distraction. He said he never received any compensation from the company.
Dallas, a 22-year-old woman considered a potential transplant donor died today at Parkland Hospital with surgical team standing by and a potential recipient near death. But the woman's family refused to permit the operation. Doctors said they still hope to find an acceptable donor. The hospital did not detail the rejected the woman's father after she had died of head injuries from a traffic accident. The potential recipient at Parkland was in extremely critical condition today, but the doctor said that the donor were found. A transplant could still be tracked. The team of doctors with Aiden and nurses And they were ready late yesterday, but what is operation, but called it off when they failed to get permission. The potential donor had no brain activity fund. Only 2 days up. Her heart was kept alive by machines. Her blood pressure steadily declined and she died today. The potential Dallas recipient was also a woman. Buenos Aires, Antonio Enrique Serrano, 54, died today 4 days after became Argentina's first heart transplant patient. Cape Town, South Africa, Dr. Philip Plasberg, 58, the world's longevity and longest living heart transplant recipient, was entered the Brooke Shaw Hospital today for routine tests.
And one thing becomes clear. You don't have to spend more to get more. Don't miss the Boston Interiors.
In Moscow, Nikita Khrushchev puttered an English greenhouse, drank a glass of beer, and looked and behaved like a man suffering the delight of retirement with his wife Nina. On his arm, the 70-year-old former boss of Russia made a surprise visit to Moscow's International Household and Services Exhibition yesterday. The invitation was the idea of John Atkinson, a director of West Docks, a firm on timber merchants and greenhouse makers. We have known how interested he was in garden, and we kept our fingers crossed that he would come, said Mr. Atkinson. Of course, I tried to sell him a greenhouse, but there was not much time. I said to him, we buy your timber, so you should buy our greenhouses. 4 years after being asked from one and two of the most powerful jobs in the world, Khrushchev appeared just as impressively generous as ever. Look around, Mr. Atkinson's greenhouse, he said. We shall soon have products like this in the Soviet Union too. So, some of the chemical plants he equipped, I have always said chemistry to be imported to the national economy as zoology. But then Khrushchev obviously didn't get the last word when he was offered a bottle of scotch. Nina pushed away from him, firmly said, "No, thank you, he doesn't drink anymore." The former chairman of the Supreme Tsar now lives in the well-pensioned, obscured in a tree sheltered home on the edge of Moscow. He was last seen in a town about a year ago when he came to register in the vote at local election. And he looked well and suntan, but facing in the Levi car when a large crowd of Soviet well-wishers gathered around him. Hopefully, the night he is ready in his memoirs, Khrushchev told an old friend that he was still kept fairly busy.
Protecting pets in natural disasters, it requires
Sports time right now is Bill Curry. Alright, thank you, Adam. Halfway fight the next 2-0 Dodger victory over the Pirates in Los Angeles, and LA Reddit writes the press box. What's the matter with the Pirates? They look like they're just standing around. They look dead in the feet. Well, for one thing, the Pirates flew mass in the night from Pittsburgh to Los Angeles after a doubleheader Sunday. And they didn't get to bed until 4 a.m., which is 7 a.m. here in Pittsburgh time. But they look sloppy and sleepy and out of sorts before even a good night's bed. So what should
Whose mother was born at that hospital.
mass for a good night's sleep, so they couldn't be an alibi for Claude Rossi winning his first shutout and only his fourth game against 7 defeats. But the point that the Bucks really didn't awaken last night until the 9th inning when a series of misfortunes kept dogging in their heels. Austin nailed them to 5 scored in the 9th inning when Maury Wills
1 a.m.
had lagged a high bunter deep in the hole at short. Willis Stargill's 4 homers in the game streak went down the drain at 2 double plays, 2 strikeout night, but he was victimized in the 9th. Stargill slammed a high bunter over the mound and it landed in solo for Sal's glove just as he touched second base. Then he flew in the first for the double play. Roberto Clemente hitless until the 9th, fired a single to right, and Dom Clendon's drive hit for Salas in the neck, but the score ruled it in there. Then he picked up the ball and threw it into the Pirate dugout. Prodded Miners on second and third with 2 outs. Many modern center fielders with Paul Popovich left, but the former West Virginia University star knocked it down and picked the ball up and got the man. The Dodgers won the game in the very first inning, and 2 retreads from the White Sox did the damage to Bob Veal. Ken Boyd just turned 37, knocked in 1 run in. Ricky Clavado, soon to be 35, singled in the other. Will Davis opened the fire with a shot to the right field and with his great speed turned it in away. Double after Wes Parker fouled out on a bunt attempt. Davis stole third. Vail walked Bob Bailey, but the boy dropped in a single into the right field and Clavado singled to the left. And Vail gave 3 of his 6 hits in the first inning, then stopped the Dodgers cold after all. Tracy had runners on third base. The Dodgers bucked Ostrin with a 4 double plays, although he signed. From the 9th inning, the Pirates did little damage to the left hander. He walked 2 ballers in the second with 9 out after a forced play, and a double play took care of that Austin. Fans Sturgill and Clemente in the 7th before Lennon and Morris singled out.
Mid to late morning, lunchtime, early to mid.
But Bill Mazzarchi fired out also. Don Brazil goes after his 6th shutout in a row tonight, opposing Jim Bunning, who has been lifting in his last 3 starts.
Slowly during the evening commute, the heaviest rain will abate.
Angel Denali, a member of Horse Zanarki's maintenance crew pit, has seen a lot of Jerry Ritchie in the past year. It seems that every time he looks up, either is Ritchie running. Daniel Williams Richie is a hard worker, but I admit yesterday I never thought he'd break the barrier. Traveling to speed considerably less than the time that the 19-year-old sophomore went on. I see 40 mile at 3:58.6 last Saturday at Franklin Field in Philadelphia. It was a race Richie thought that he never would be a part of. First, his coach Jim Banner told him that he would be competed in a 3-mile event. An hour before the qualifying heats on Friday, Banner broke the news, and Richie went out on an almost failure to make the final field, and I was in fourth place went about 300 yards to go. He said, I've cut the first place went about 50 to go. I says, there comes a time in every big race that's Richie went, and he must decide whether to let everything out, regardless to the pain or merely finish. On Saturday, he voted for the supplemental and 180 yards ago. Your legs start going on you, he explained. Start to lift it, hurts right in the back of your thighs that can get into your arms too. Richie also had started his kick in the third quarter mark, but with 180 yards left, we knew that catcher Frank Murphy and Irishman Brennan from Villanova would give him his first sub-40 mile. Murphy needed to finish in less than 400 to qualify for the Irish Olympic team. Breaking 4 minutes, that changed Richie's thinking like now I feel about in the class with anyone except Jim Rang. He said Ryan is in the class by himself.
I'd say Monday, later in the day or to the evening, especially north and west of Boston, could be a shower.
I didn't
Also, the risk of a few is
think I have a chance to beat Patrick in that race. Next time I think I have a chance. Banner, who has shot in Richie's career, plans to enter him at the 10,000 meter event at the NCAA Championship and the 1500 meters and the AAU Championships. Both meets will be held later in the month. The 6 finishers in each event will be eligible for the Olympic qualifier. If I qualify in both, I don't know. What we'll do is that Richie who prefers a mile. The longer distance get to me. For 2 innings.
Showers will delay the start of the game. The Indians have the worst home attendance in baseball.
Out in Chicago, the New York Mets leading the Chicago Cubs 2-0 here.
8:30 or so. And the first pitch thrown by the Red Sox will be tossed by
Red Manning has 5 basketball recruits for next season's freshman team at came with 2 more additions today. Manning announced that 6'8" Craig come from Valley High, originally for Arnold, and 6'3" Donald Roebuck Perry, and the City League will become future Dukes. Confer a protege of former Dick star Mike West at Valley averaged about 16 points and 14 rebounds last season when he showed great improvement over the previous year. Roebuck, a great sleeper despite his size, is recorded as a sleeper among the catchers in the city. He averaged about 18 points last season and made All-City as well as being chosen for the Round Ball Classic. Duquesne's early recruits were Mickey Davis of Monica, Jack Byrne of Sit Rocks, and Mike Burr of Canton, Ohio.
Patriots.
The Penguins are judged to perform club at Emerald, Texas to compete with a Central Professional League beginning next fall. General Manager Jack Riley named Jack Button the 29th annual American Hockey League official as General Manager of the new team. Riley and Button have worked together in the past. Professional hockey will be introduced at Amarillo in the 4,930 city-owned arena, which is expected to be completed later this summer. Under the league rules, a Central Professional League have at least players 23 years old or less, and 2 other players less than 26 goaltenders are expected. The Amarillo Club will be stocked with players presently in the Pittsburgh system, and new players are acquired by the National Hockey League meeting, which opens next Monday in Montreal. Badu will represent Amarillo at the meeting. He spent 4 years with the Rochester Americans as publicity director, while Riley was the general manager when Riley was named American Hockey League president in 1964. Bretton joined him as publicity director. They were together 2 years before. Riley signed to become the Pittsburgh general manager.
And one of the invitees to this week's Celtics showcase is Akeem Williams, who once scored 50.
Bretton also has served as the secretary-treasurer of the AHL since 1966.
He was born in Brockton,
Phil, New York native. He is married and has 3 sons.
and has started at UMass.
Indianapolis, Indiana. The Rules Committee of the United States Auto Club voted yesterday to recommend to the directors that power plants be restricted piston engines in New York. Stacey race is effective on January 1st of 1969.
I'm a local kid playing at the UMass level.
Manager Dick Williams called for Jim Lonborn and suddenly was like 1967 all over again for the Red Sox. The crowd of 17,552 at Boston Fenway Park Brewers last night.
I just started working out and just trying to get myself prepared.
And it's an ovation for the pitcher of the Red Sox American League pennant victory. That was Longbird's first appearance at Fenway since the World Series. And it was for real to become, and his mission was to preserve the 4-3 victory over the Tigers. Longwood suffered torn ligaments in his left knee, which was skiing accident after winning the 22 games last season, was tested for the first time in at 68 last Friday night when the Red Sox thrilling game they eventually lost to the Athletics. And Longwood took over last night for Jose Santiago after Jim Norfolk two-run single cut the Tigers deficit 1 run when left 2 out. And 2 runners on base. And Longwood hit Bill Brien with a pitch ball filling in bases, but retired Willie Horton and Field's choice to end the event, and he predicted late until Case Brown doubled and Dick Buckloff walked in the ninth, and Buckloff was summoned to retired. Norfolk put a final out of the game. Longback said Williams agreed with it was an impressive performance overall. The manager said Jim will remain in the bullpen for a while. He's unable to Red Sox to come to the 500 mark.
They were 11 o'clock tonight. Her parents weigh in.
Some of the top pro and amateur golfers in the country were
First updated North and
competed in the sectional qualifier of the National Open at WIIC-11 Arts Golf Club today. Among the 62 players were Tony Jackson, the English pro who won the Jacksonville Open, Bruce Devlin who plays fourth in the Masters, Bobby Cole, an Englishman who won the British Amateur 2 years ago, and Sam Ursetta, the former National Amateur Championship. Among the amateurs were Jack Lewis and Dr. Ed Uppercraft, former Santa Ana Amateur Champions, and Don Allen. The low 14 scores in the 36-hole qualifier will play in the Open at the Oak Hill Country Club in Rochester, New York on June 13th and 16th.
taking a Main Street's food.
17 was Wilson Dix again today, singling another attempt to qualify for the U.S. Open and perhaps finally win the one major tournament.
Team 5, sponsored by Bernie.
The title has eluded a venerable golfer. Steen cheated off with 57 entrants at the country club in Annapolis for a bid for 14 qualifying spots found in that area. A total of 395 back today for 69 remaining positions at the U.S. Open proper in Rochester, New York next week. 47 more led by Don Bliss, low forward 135 qualified yesterday at 5 sites. Most of the big names played at Atlanta were Dave Stanton shot at 600 par 130 to lead the 29-man field in the 1968 Open. Benny Boom Boom Giffey, one of the National Hockey League's top stars for 16 years today, signed a 2-year contract as head coach to the New York Rangers, succeeding Emil Francis has remained as general manager. According to the announcement, Giffey announced his retirement as a player. The Boomer has completed one of the most fabulous playing careers in NHL history. Francis said, by the way, confident that he just began an equally successful coaching career. Jeffrey and William Twitters as the 5th biggest scorer in NHL history, served as a coach with Quebec Gates at the American Hockey League during the 1965-66 season. Louisville, Kentucky, the Kentucky State Racing Commission today is rescheduled to June 12th hearing on the appeal for disqualified Kentucky Derby winner Dancer's Image of the late, followed by an official appeal filed by Peter Fuller, one owner of the Hard Luck Break as appeal now, finding the Church of Dance stood the Dancer Image that prohibited painkilling drug in the system when he won the May 4th Derby. And the WPIL Baseball Committee has announced its rain delayed playoff schedule with the first game set for tomorrow with Gateway meeting Waynesburg, Charlotte.
So proud of his work and all the
Alright, let's go to the weather here.
Here is Top Shelf.
Right now, current conditions at
Prices as competitive as they are.
6 o'clock reports at 76 at Great Pittsburgh Airport, 76 in Allegheny, 76 in Butler, 76 in Washington, 76 in
Or schedule.
Latrobe and in Johnstown, and then in Altoona, and 76 in Wheeling, and it's 76 in
Starts here at Massasoit Community College. Massasoit offers a full range of
Wheeling, West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia, 76 out in Cumberland, 69 in Bradford, 70 in Neary, 74 in Youngstown, 80 in Akron, Kenton, and 72 in Cleveland. Alright, let's take a look at our
That's what you needed at Dedham Savings. Visit Dedham
weather situation around the country from now until
your deposit.
tomorrow morning.
Lending and business.
Bands of rain, showers, and storms covering much of Florida, while patches of rain from the Carolinas stretching down for the Gulf States and down for the greater southwest and up into Nevada and down for northern Utah. And it's raining
Prices of patio and cat.
and it's gonna be showering from much of Wyoming and down to Montana and northern Idaho and eastern Washington. And it'll be fair and warmer for much of the northeastern states and warm in the midsection, and warm in the greater southwest and mild conditions in California, fair in the northwest. Forecast for tonight, fair and mild. Mostly sunny, warmer tomorrow. Probably a rain near the 0 for tomorrow. And low tonight near mid-50s and high tomorrow in the mid-80s.
Setting the standard for service.
Sunset 8:46 p.m. in western Pennsylvania. Fair and mild tonight. Low to the 50s and mostly sunny and warmer tomorrow. In Ohio, fair and mild tonight. Low to the 50s and upper 60s. And mostly sunny and warmer tomorrow. Highs in the 80s east and the low 90s southwest and West Virginia. Clear tonight. Lows in the 50s except upper 40s and low 50s northeast.
Very wet. For the weekends, it'll be
Tomorrow mostly sunny and somewhat warmer. Highs in the low to mid 80s except upper 70s higher elevations.
So Friday evening, if you.
And the weather conditions, the Mountain Gale and up Ohio rivers were falling slowly this morning and will continue to fall during the next 24 hours, while the Allegheny River was about station and will change a little light scattered rain showers fell over the watershed during the past 24 hours. And that is going to be it for the WIIC TV-11 News Evening Report for this June the 4th, 1968 on a Tuesday. I'm Liz alongside Bill Curry and Peter. Have a good evening and come next on Channel 11 Media Huntley Breaking Report. We'll be back at 11 o'clock. Have a good evening.